A person who had died for 7 days appeared in the house on the night of their soul returning to collect blood. According to nearby neighbors, the woman was wearing the local funeral clothing which only deceased people would wear. Very eerie. There has been a folk legend about the taboo of ghosts wearing shoes, saying that on the 7th day after death, a pair of shoes must be burned for the deceased, otherwise their soul cannot embark on the journey to the afterlife. They will be trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. Today's story is extremely eerie. It's advisable for those who are easily frightened to watch it with a companion. This incident occurred at the 8th Health Clinic in Yuzhong District, Chongqing City in 1990. That year, my cousin was hospitalized here due to illness. Her condition was severe, and the hospital had issued multiple critical condition notices to the family. According to my cousin's memory, if it weren't for one incident that night, she might indeed have died. She said it was about 2 months after she had been hospitalized, in the deep of the night. She had just received an injection and was in a daze when she suddenly felt someone touching her foot. Feeling uncomfortable, she barely managed to prop herself up and look towards the foot of the bed. It was shocking to see a tall, dark figure suddenly appearing at the foot of the bed, standing eerily. The figure was holding a pair of bright red cloth shoes, trying to put them on her foot. My cousin was horrified to see that the figure was shrouded in a layer of mist. She couldn't make out the face clearly. While she was petrified with fear, the figure already put the shoes on her feet. Reacting out of terror, my cousin struggled desperately to stop the figure. At that moment, the figure spoke, saying, "Don't resist, hurry up, move forward." The voice was deep and hoarse, as if coming from another world. After saying this, my cousin felt like her whole body was anesthetized. Her mouth was wide open, but no sound could come out. She could only watch the dark figure putting the pair of shoes on her feet, and just at that critical moment, the door suddenly opened. An elderly man walked in. He's over 70 and lives next door in the hospital. My cousin had seen him a few times during treatments as he slowly walked towards the dark figure. Without any fear in his eyes, he said to the dark figure, "Don't trouble the child. Let these be worn by me." The dark figure seemed to understand the old man's words, turned back to glance at the cousin, and then walked out of the ward with the old man. Before leaving, the old man turned to the cousin and said, "Child, you are still young. Take care of yourself. I have no more attachments in this world. Let me go first." As the old man and dark figure gradually disappeared from sight, the cousin suddenly felt her body became much lighter, and she jumped up from the bed, gasping for breath. The next day, still shaken, the cousin told her husband everything that happened the night before. Her husband listened and brushed it off as just a bad dream, not taking it seriously. But when she went out to fetch water, something unexpected happened. She suddenly rushed back in a panic. With a terrified face, she told her husband that the old man living next door had suddenly passed away the previous night. Her husband was deeply shocked upon hearing this. If everything that happened last night was just a nightmare, then the old man's sudden death was too much of a coincidence. This eerie experience left both the cousin and her husband shaken, and the old man's death plunged them into deep thought. However, after this event, the cousin, who had received multiple critical illness notifications, remarkably recovered and was discharged from the hospital shortly after.